Alright, so let's take a look at how to get the leaderboard set up after you have everything else already up and running. So I've got two basically sample kid templates here, and what we're going to need is we're going to need to download a couple extra files. And so if you go to the badge U site, down at the very bottom is the leaderboard. Note that it's in beta. We're still working on it, but it is working. It just requires some additional steps, so hopefully we can make it a simpler process. The two documents you're going to need are this one, the Leaderboard Google Sheet. So go ahead and open that and make a copy. And while that's copying, go ahead and get this Leader Google form. And that's all you need to get started. So how the leaderboard works is it works in two processes. One is that kids, once they have a copy of their Google Sheet, they need to take the URL of their individual specific sheet and copy it, and then they're going to come to this Google form, and they're going to paste their unique URL into the sheet, and then they're going to, the Google form, and click Submit. And what that's going to do is it's going to start generating responses. And so this response has been captured here in the form, but we want the responses captured in a Google spreadsheet. So if you click click on this green square, this lets you create a new spreadsheet, and you can name it whatever you want as long as you remember where it is. And you can see that the responses here are getting recorded. So what we want to do now is we want to take the URL of this sheet and copy it. Remember, this is where the responses are going. And then we're going to go to our leaderboard template, and down here at the very bottom on the tab you'll see it says responses. So click on that, and then there's a little help text up here that says paste form URL here in cell B1. Paste. So this is an import range formula, and so you just need to know that you're going to have to allow access for this document. And you can see what it's done is it's imported that first user response that we submitted, which is the URL. And then once that response comes in, the leaderboard automatically starts pulling all the data from that badge template that was submitted. So you can see here, this was the template that was submitted. This student is a level 0. They haven't typed their name in, and they have 0 badges. And then that's replicated here on the leaderboard. And this part of the leaderboard is actually just a holding area. The sort tab is actually where it sorts the users based on the level of experience they have. So you can see that this student is at 0 badges, level 0, but they're in first place because no one else has joined. So let's go ahead and update some of the information. So you can see I'm going to add a real name here. And then on the leaderboard, it automatically updates. So let's go ahead and add the second student who does have some badges. And remember, they have to submit their URL through the leaderboard. Now I'll caution you, sometimes kids submit twice on accident, but you can clean that up. And so if we check responses, you can see the second responses come through. On the leaderboard template, it's all popped up. And then under sort, on the sort page, that now this new student has popped up and they're in first place because they have 2 badges. Let's go ahead and add a name for them. there, and it looks really good. And if they add an avatar, their avatar will show up as well. Now here's the next step that's a little challenging. The leaderboard template is also built into the kid template. So if you click on down at the bottom on the tabs next to badge directory, there is a leaderboard tab. You get a reference error because it can't find the leaderboard spreadsheet. So before you distribute the kid templates, I recommend taking your leaderboard URL, copying it, and then you come in here, and in this import range formula, you actually have to go into up here, and you're just going to select the part where it says leaderboard sheet template URL here. And if you paste that and hit enter, you'll have to allow access. You'll have to show the kids how to do that. But then that leaderboard template shows up here. Now, it only goes to 20th place, but kids can see who the top 20 are. And then, of course, you can take your leaderboard that you've created yourself, and that can actually exist. That has lots of places in it. So you can post that on your class website or your school website to have access. And then one final little thing that I built into this, you'll notice that the names are highlighted, so they actually have a URL. So kids can actually click on that person to go in and see their badge sheet, so they can see what badges they've earned and the evidence, which is the most important, that they've given to earn those badges. The leaderboard, so you know, is sorted by level and not the number of badges. So if a student if there are two students who are both level 10s, the student who has a higher level with less badges is ranked higher. So if I was able to get to a level 10 with 2 badges, but you were able to get to a level 10 and you needed 3 or 4 badges, you're ranked lower than me because you needed more badges to get to that level. So that's the tiebreaker. Hope you enjoyed. Remember, we're working on this, so if you have any feedback or thoughts, we'd appreciate it.